Hello guys, James Thompson with Jammin Classics. Today I wanted to bring you out in the shop during the day while we're working and getting some of these cars going. We got a lot of things going on. Just kind of wanted to give you a few updates and talk about a few things in the shop. If you like what you see, be sure and subscribe to our channel and like the videos that you see. So anyway, we've got quite a few things going on today. We've got a little Corvette here that we just finished up doing the vintage air in. It turned out really nice. This thing puts out some really super cold temperatures. I think the owner is going to be really excited about it. He's a retired Houston police officer. The car came out really good. We did the whole interior of this car, pretty much dash and everything had to come out of the car to be able to get this system in. It was a really tight fit, a lot of original interior in this car, so we had to be very careful not to damage any of the mounting, screw holes and things on it that are very brittle, on a car with an original interior in it. It turned out really nice. It works well. You can shoot in from over there and you can kind of see all of the, we had to update all of the new controls in it. Got the vintage air controls. He's got an old cassette player in it that we, retained. We got all the new AC vents in. There's just very little room. I mean, there's not a room behind this dash to put a gnat in there anymore. It is completely full of air conditioning work, wiring, and necessities. So. But the car came out really good. I think he's going to really enjoy the car now with some cold AC in it. So, but I did want to go over and kind of show you the car, show you what we got going on with it. Yeah, we're getting it all detailed and cleaned up right now. So the owner will be coming to get it here pretty quick, and we'll let you take a look. We had to do a relocation on the alternator assembly in this thing to get it more correct and make sure that the alignment for pulleys and everything were good. The AC compressor we installed, all of the original AC. Well, it actually was a non-AC car, but the heater box and everything that was over here. All of the unit had to come out of the dash. We had to modify the hole through the dash, through the firewall, to be able to get all the hoses to come out properly. Vintage Air did a nice job, engineering this kit. We had to make a few modifications and whatnot to make it a little more serviceable and really keep it to our level of installation. But everything went really smooth on it. After we got all that done, and it works great. It performs excellent. We are a Vintage Air direct dealer, so we do installs with Vintage Air on all different types of American muscle cars, street rods, and we get a lot of repair work. We get a lot of new installations. So they're really an excellent company for their engineering and everything on these Vintage Air systems. So right now, because of COVID, they are running a little behind on their kit developments and assemblies, but we're getting them in. We're getting kits ordered, getting the cars in as the kits become available, and they're coming together great. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. I wanted to give you just a brief go over of this car. We've got some other cars here in the shop that we'll give you a tour of and let you see what's kind of going on them. A few updates here and there, but come on, we'll take a look. Here we've got a little 64 Falcon convertible that we're doing a Borgeson power steering system in. It's been a challenge because they don't make a direct fit kit for this car. However, anybody that knows these cars knows that a lot of the parts and components are interchangeable with some of the same year or the early year Mustangs. However, there are some variations. Frame widths are a little bit narrower on the Falcon, which makes it have a little tighter clearance area for the steering box and the exhaust on the driver's side, being that the frame rails are in just a little closer. So a few modifications had to be made to overcome that. The boxes for the early Mustangs do bolt right in place. You have to make a few modifications in the steering column. We're actually going to use an early model 64, 65, 66 steering column housing from a Mustang, because this particular car originally was a column shift car, and you have to be able to cut the steering column housing down to shorten it to put all your couplers and stuff into the new power box. So the Mustang ones, since they were all floor shift, you don't have the problem with all the shift tube and stuff in the housings. So other than that, everything's been pretty straightforward on it. Obviously, we had some exhaust clearance issues that because of the narrower frame box. But come on around, we'll show you the front of the car. We got Brian here. He's one of our master techs here, and doing some of this installation on this car. It's been quite challenging. But it's coming along nicely. You come around and you can see the box down inside there.
New box is installed. The header's going in now.
So it's a pretty tight fit in here. But we'll get it. We got it all ironed out now. We got all our clearances all figured out and set up, and so I think we're on the downhill side now, and we'll get this thing going. We are having to use. He had I think Old Car Air in this car, and their particular compressor bracket that was mounted on the engine will not function correctly with the power steering pump that is going to have to be added to this car. So what we've done, Vintage Air offers a compressor and power steering pump combo kit that they both work together. And when we do these Borgeson kits, we don't typically use the Saginaw pump that comes with the kits. We order them without the pump, and we use a later model Ford pump that was actually originally put on like the 95 Ford pickups that actually had a power steering box like this. Or we'll go with like a Fox body Mustang pump that that supplied pressure for a rack and pinion. These Borgeson pumps, I mean not the pumps, but the steering boxes require about 1100 psi. So the old original big can Ford pumps in these early model cars only put out about 600 psi, so they won't function quite properly with with this new high pressure box. So the mid 90s Ford pumps with the big mouth on them, those work great. We modify the brackets just slightly, and they work excellent. The power steering pulleys and everything, the press on pulleys, fit the later model pump. It puts out 1200 psi, which is sufficient for the power steering system. So we get great results. We've literally done hundreds of them like that. We build our own hoses. So when we get done, it's really our design, but we use the Borgeson boxes. So it comes out good. Customers have been real happy. We've got several of them, lots of them on the road for years now with no problems, no issues, and they've been great. So, but that's kind of an update of what we got on this little 64 Falcon right now. This customer is going to be wanting to use this car on the Cruise the Coast cruise coming up next month, and so he's you know, we're trying to get it all done and wrapped up for him. So he'll really enjoy this thing. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed what we had for you today. We just had a few updates here and there on a few of the cars and some of the projects going on. We wanted some live shooting in the shop. We've had a few requests for more activity, you know, of what's being done on these cars. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And, you know, be sure and check back and hit that subscribe button, and please like the videos that you know, that you like, and don't hesitate to give us an email or give us a shout out on anything you'd like for us to cover. We're always looking for new material, and we've got so many things to give you and show you in the shop, and I appreciate it, and you guys tune back in.